In Bangladesh, people every year when they celebrate the Independence Day or the Victory Day, on media in Bangladesh, people watch pictures, exactly the pictures that you are describing here, the crushed skull of children and women, dead bodies of women. And when you describe these things and when you say, have you ever seen a proud man to cry like a baby, all these pictures are haunting pictures. Now, when people in Bangladesh watch these images, I think many Bangladeshis wonder whether Pakistan, people of Pakistan, whether they have seen these images at all.
It's a very good question, because when my wife and I went back to West Pakistan in '71 and we talked about our experience in Bengal and how much we loved the Bengali people, they were calling us bingo lovers. They used the word bingo out of a kind of derogatory term. So my sense was they knew very little, and they did not fully realize the importance of that province and that people. They had no idea about the history of that place. And today I would urge both Bangladesh and Pakistan to begin to understand each other. These are two brothers. They've been through a very traumatic phase. I was privileged to have experienced it from the other side, and I would urge both to get to know each other better, to bridge the terrible divide that has divided them for so long, and all the anger and all the anxiety and the aggravation has to be set aside, and we have to look ahead and try to build bridges of peace and harmony, because the world we are living in is moving very fast. And I think that there's so much in common. There's so much love. When I meet Bengalis, the way they respond to me, it's really, love is the word I'd use. I've never felt that they're saying, oh, this was a Pakistani and we are now Bangladesh. It's always been very, very warm. There's so much in common, the food, the culture, the memories. I really am amazed how the Bengali people, in spite of what they went through, and I've described this in my poem, still have this big heart and are prepared to embrace Pakistan. Similarly with Pakistan, I think they have to be aware of what the Bengalis experience and the suffering they went through. And if the Bengalis would feel better, more relieved if the Pakistanis came and embraced them and said, brother, what happened, we are ashamed of it, we are sorry for it, they should do it, because it's the time to move ahead now. It's the time to acknowledge the pain that we caused each other. That's how in South Africa, mature leadership like Mandela and so on formed the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, where people could overcome the miseries and the violence of apartheid and move ahead. And I think it's time that, and I would say, Asan, for all of South Asia, for India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, really this is a remarkable region of the world. It's very rich in history. It's produced extraordinary figures of history. It's produced many religions. It's time for them to start coming together, to understand each other, love one another, and move together forward, rather than this constant tension leading to war, and now we are nuclear, and where is that going to end up? So really it's a time for us to step back and reflect.
You mentioned the reconciliation process, the importance of the process, and also you mentioned that there should be an apology from Pakistan because of what happened in 1971, which never happened. The official apology Bangladesh never received.
The point is that these countries have to begin to love each other and reconcile, and you can only reconcile if you say, if I have hurt you and if I have hurt you, I'm sorry for that, we have to look ahead. And if that doesn't happen, I'm not speaking officially because I have no official position. I don't know what the position is of the government of Pakistan, but I would urge Pakistan to reach out, and similarly for Bengal to say that they were also your people. You see, I'm mentioning 3 of my batchmates, someone killed them. They died in the field in their post. They were assistant commissioners there to serve people as civil servants. We have to reach out and try to make amends for our own behavior, because to me, as SDM Maniganj, SDM Kishorganj, if one person died from my district, my subdivision, it would have affected me. And the idea that thousands may have been killed, thousands raped, haunts me, because that ultimately reflects on me. And thank God, when it all began, I wasn't there. I was then posted to Dhaka, and I was seeing this whole unfolding, the unraveling, I would say, of what was Pakistan from Dhaka, from that vantage point. And even as a young officer, I could see that this is not good and it's not going to end well. And I would pray that East Pakistan, Bangladesh, West Pakistanis, Pakistan now begin to move together and make friends. But if the nation of Pakistan, the nation of Bangladesh are aware that without this humanity, without looking at each other in terms of humanity, in terms of the humanness of the other, nothing can change. And if it doesn't change, we are gridlocked. See, the same situation is between India and Pakistan, with the result that we almost went into a nuclear exchange a few months ago. It's precisely because we don't see each other as fellow human beings. We see each other as aliens. Therefore, they don't matter. And for me, this is a tragedy because Bengal and Pakistan were like brothers, like twin brothers. They've broken up. We wish them well, and we wish both of them succeed and both of them flourish and survive and thrive. So in order for that to happen, we have to move ahead and put our hands out. And I think the time is ripe because Imran Khan has shown with India, he's reached out several times. He said, I'm happy to reach out my hand of friendship. I hope that can happen between Pakistan and Bangladesh.